All right, let's talk about produce. Vegetables and all plant foods really have very unique nutritional profiles. The differences in their colors, textures, growing conditions, and more all contribute to this. Even vegetables that look similar, like spinach and kale for instance, are not identical in their chemistry even if they're interchangeable in the kitchen. The uniqueness of each plant food is actually a huge bonus because where one plant food may be lacking in its nutrient profile, another plant food can make up for it and vice versa. One way to think about this is to compare different fruits and vegetables to members on a basketball team. So a power forward like Tim Duncan is really important for defending the team, but without a shooting guard like Manu Ginobili, the team will not make it to the championships. Just as players on a basketball team have different strengths, so do different fruits and vegetables. Limiting yourself to just one or a few vegetables on a regular basis means that you're missing out on the value that comes from playing with a strong team. This value translates to specific health outcomes, and I'll get into that right now. Let's first look at cancer prevention. Cancer is a devastating disease that I'm sure most of you have encountered either personally or through loved ones. Diet is not a cure-all, but it has been shown to play a very important role in cancer prevention. Interestingly, specific foods have been linked to a reduced risk of cancer at specific anatomical sites. In other words, there's evidence that particular types of fruits and vegetables are linked to reducing your risk of specific types of cancer. Here are just a few examples, and the citations are all included below as usual. Cruciferous vegetables, common ones being broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, are linked to a reduced risk of colorectal cancer and ovarian cancer. Apples are linked to a reduced risk of cancer in the lungs. Lycopene from tomatoes has been shown to lower prostate cancer-specific antigen or PSA levels, which is a biomarker for prostate cancer. Lycopene has been associated with a lower risk of developing prostate cancer and dampening the aggressiveness of the disease. One important thing to remember when it comes to getting lycopene from tomatoes is that in order to increase the bioavailability, which is a measure of how well your body can absorb the lycopene from the tomatoes, you want to make sure that you actually cook your tomatoes and include some oil in the dish. This makes it easier for your body to get all those benefits that we're talking about right now. All right, so another example is soy. Soy intake from foods like edamame and tofu is linked to a lower risk of breast cancer. From these examples, you can see why it's important to eat a variety of fruits and vegetables in order to protect yourself against various forms of cancer. And you can see too how limiting yourself to just one fruit or vegetable or one type of fruit or vegetable can protect you in one area but leave you vulnerable in many others. Aside from cancer, certain fruits and vegetables have also been shown to protect our bodies in other ways. One such example is the link between berries and brain function. Research on berries supports the hypothesis that these darkly pigmented fruits can actually slow down cognitive decline. By the way, the evidence does support eating fresh and frozen blueberries. So if fresh blueberries or fresh berries in general are just too expensive, that's okay because you are not missing out on the health benefits if you opt for frozen berries instead. Personally, because frozen berries are cheaper, I tend to buy those and keep those stocked in my freezer at all times. This same group of flavonoid-rich foods have also been studied extensively in the context of heart health, and they have been shown to prevent atherosclerosis and reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. Yellow, orange, and red colored fruits and vegetables rich in carotenoids are important for protecting eyesight. Okay, so I'm sure that by now you have a pretty good idea of why it's so important to include a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet on a regular basis. Now let's talk about one more important reason: synergy. It's not a great idea to limit yourself to just one or two of your favorite veggies because plant foods actually have synergistic powers. The unique phytonutrients in each plum, each mango, and each berry actually work together to protect your health in a greater way than either of them could on their own. To go back to the earlier basketball analogy, having all 5 players on the court is far more advantageous than having just the star player trying to do all the work. Take a look at this graph. It shows the antioxidant activity of various fruits on their own and in combination. Oranges are on the bottom, but their effect is certainly not zero. Next is apples, then Concord grapes, and blueberries are on top of the other fruits. But look at which line of the graph surpasses them all. The line corresponding to the mixture of all 4 fruits together. There is a clear additive effect, and this is believed to contribute to the anti-cancer effect of plant foods. By this point, I'm sure you're wondering, okay, how much of each type of fruit and vegetable should I be eating to get all of these health benefits? The USDA dietary guidelines actually gives some guidance on this. Within the guidelines, there's an example of how to divide your intake between food groups for a 2,000 calorie diet. The recommendation is that every day you should aim to consume 2 portions of fruits and 2.5 portions of vegetables. Of course, this is a general guideline, so the exact amount that you should be eating on a day-to-day basis is going to vary depending on your gender, your activity level, your age, and other factors. Okay, so I'm sure that you already know that you should be eating fruits and vegetables every day, but did you know that the guidelines actually include a breakdown of how often you should be eating certain types of vegetables? This is a less well-known feature of the guidelines. For the same 2,000 calorie diet, it is recommended that over the course of a week, 1.5 servings of vegetables be of the dark green variety, while 5.5 servings are red-orange vegetables, 1.5 are legumes, 5 are starchy vegetables, and 4 are from any category. So that can include mushrooms, onions, green peppers, and so on. Unfortunately, there isn't the same breakdown for fruit, but the same principles apply. So all in all, your goal should be to, as they say, eat the rainbow. So even if you do have a favorite vegetable, let's say you love spinach like my friend does, the idea is not to have spinach just by itself. You want to have spinach, let's say, sauteed with some red bell pepper, some garlic, and some lemon. So you get that synergistic effect that I talked about earlier. If you like salads, try not to just have lettuce and tomato. You can add cucumbers, radishes, corn, beans, cheese, nuts, whatever you like. The same thing goes for fruits. You can make a fruit salad and just combine your fruits and vegetables in any way that you can come up with. Really, it just comes down to getting creative and combining your fruits and vegetables in any way that tastes good to you. If you have any fun ideas that you already practice or you're thinking of practicing, feel free to share them in the comments below. Alright, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you learned anything new or think that someone that you care about could benefit from this information, definitely give the video a like, share it, and subscribe for more nutrition content. If you want more day-to-day type inspiration for daily living, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, or Pinterest. And I also blog at yellowcedarnutrition.com. And if you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can go to yellowcedarnutrition.com and message me there or on any of my socials if you want to get in touch. All right, take care.